إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum, God, brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah. Today's talk basically will be about how to sustain a positive attitude during this crisis or this calamity or this test that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is putting us through. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَلَا تَهِينُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَهْلَوْنَ إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tells us not to be sad, during adversity, not to be sad or weak, faint-hearted, for you shall be uppermost, you shall be successful, because you believe, you're a believer, if you have the true Iman. So this is a reminder to us that we should never be sad. Of course, when calamities and trials, it's a natural human kind of response, to be down, to be affected by it in many different ways. Okay, and so it's important that we understand that. Again, this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and so alhamdulillah, we have to be patient. You see, at the same time, there is hope, regardless. All right. So I want to give a few pieces of advice, maybe about 5 or 6 points, in terms of how to have, what kind of mindset we should have, and how we should be, how we should, ride this thing out in terms of our thinking, okay? That will make us feel better, inshallah. But, a lot of people are sad, and, people are depressed, have a lot of anxiety, even the governor of the state of New York, in fact, the president too, making appeals to people in the the mental health community, to volunteer their time, to be available, to talk to people, to counsel people, so forth and so on. Right? Because people, are having a hard time. All right? And so this is typical when things like this happen, when things are uncertain, And so people need that advice. They need someone to talk to, someone to lift them up, you see. And so we as Muslims, we're no different. We're part of the human family, you see. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us to give us guidance, alhamdulillah, all right? So I want to share with you some things, a few points on this issue of how to be positive and hopeful, alhamdulillah, okay? Because it will pass, okay? And so again, that verse is in Surah Ali Imran, the 3rd surah, again, وَلَا تَهِينُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمْ أَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ, do not be sad, do not be depressed, do not feel faint-hearted, for you will be victorious, you will be successful, And of course, Allah says, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ, the believer will be victorious, will be successful. So again, Allah always give us hope throughout the Quran, all right? So I want to give us 5 different things. The first, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the first thing I want to share with you is that we should, this is number 1, we should recognize and accept this as a trial and a test from Allah, and it is Allah's qadr. That's the first thing. It's Allah's qadr. Okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ما أصاب من مصيبة إلا بإذن الله ومن يؤمن بالله يهدي قلبه والله بكل شيء عليم. Surah 64, verse 11. No disaster strikes except by the permission of Allah, and whoever believes in Allah, He will guide his heart. And Allah is knowing of all things. Ibn Kathir, concerning this ayah, this verse, Ibn Kathir, he says, the meaning of this ayah is, whoever suffers an affliction and he knows that it occurs by Allah's qadr, then Allah guides his heart, right, and will compensate him for his loss. Right? Because people will lose their lives, people get sick, so forth and so on. By granting guidance to his heart, see, and certainty of Iman, Allah will replace whatever he or she lost for him, or whatever he or she has lost, right, and replace it with something better. Right? Therefore, he will know that what reached him would not have missed him, and what has missed him would not have reached him. That's part of a statement of a hadith of the Messenger of Allah. You see. So this is the first thing, we recognize that, this is the qadr of Allah, everything. Nothing happens except by the decree of Allah. So that gives us a sense of, okay, Allah is watching, Allah is in control. Okay, so there's nothing you can do, but be connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and accept the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. See, so that gives you a kind of ease of mind, okay? All right? And so the bottom line, again, is that, the greatest blessing that we can have is that firmness of faith, that iman that will cause you to accept Allah's qadr without any complaints, without whining, or without getting angry with Allah, or thinking bad of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's Allah's qadr. So this is the first thing that we should keep in mind. This is the first advice. We should always be mindful of the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second point is that after difficulty, there's ease. Mm-hmm. Keep that in mind. After difficulty, there's ease. It'll pass. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَإِنَّمَا الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّمَا الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا. So verily, with every difficulty, with every calamity, there is relief or ease. Verily, with every difficulty, there is ease. That's the point. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ وَإِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ فَارْغَب. So therefore, keep on doing what you got to do. Keep on doing your work. Go about your daily lives and turn all your attention to Allah. Remember Allah as much as you can. See? These ayats, in this particular surah, alhamdulillah, is so beautiful, so meaningful for us now, Surah 94. Alhamdulillah, Alam nashrah laka sadrak wa wada'na anka wizrak. We all know this surah, you see. So for every difficulty, there is ease. So keep those ayats in mind, Allah repeats it twice. فَإِنَّمَا الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّمَا الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا. SubhanAllah, that's very powerful, And so therefore continue to, don't worry, continue to move forward, in your lives. And keep your attention on Allah. And put all your attention on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by remembering Him. Alhamdulillah. And in the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, and know that victory accompanies perseverance. Victory accompanies perseverance. Relief accompanies affliction. And ease accompanies hardship. So this is a Sahih hadith, you see, again. So ease will come, see? And so we don't have to worry about it. So we have to put our minds, our thinking, we have to think like that, subhanAllah, that it will pass. So this is, it's great for our mindset, if you understand what I'm saying. You see, some of you think, subhanAllah, to be positive. To realize that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will, give you ease, you see. So that gives us hope, right? That gives us, it makes us optimistic. So things will be better for sure, and ease will come. The third, number 3, is believing that Allah will respond. Allah will respond to your du'as. That's why we encourage by all of our scholars, all of our ulama and all our imams and leaders, we're encouraged, to constantly make dua. To constantly make dua. All right? To call on Allah, And we learn that, one of the wisdoms in calamities and difficulties coming upon us is so that we may turn to Allah. Allah wants His slaves to turn to Him, okay? So again, but we have to believe, though, that Allah will respond. Have a positive attitude about our Maker, our Creator, you see, and realize, that when we make dua, Allah is going to respond to it. We do not make dua or supplication or call on Allah, and then if things don't happen right away, then we get frustrated and Allah didn't answer my dua. No, we have to have belief in our hearts. You see, that Allah is going to respond. All right? So all of the Muslims that are praying today, all of the Muslims that are making dua, and the people that are making dua, Allah is going to respond because Allah hears. You see? Allah says, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ أُدْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. So call on me, and I will respond. That's what He said. He said, call on me, and I will respond. Okay? So we have to keep that in mind. And some other verses from the Quran, and the English meaning is, and if Allah touch you with adversity, there is no remover except Him. See? If He touch you with good, then He is over all things competent. See? Also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, say, who rescues you from the darkness of the land and the sea when you call upon Him, imploring aloud and in private? Oh God, oh Lord, if you would just save me from this crisis, I will be thankful. This is the meaning of the verse. It's sort of 6 verse 17. SubhanAllah, you see. So Allah lets you know He responds. He responds to the prayers of everybody, even the non-Muslims, see? And that's why I tell you guys before, encourage your friends and encourage your neighbors, you understand, to call on the Creator, to call on Allah, because Allah hears prayer. Allah hears all prayer. Remember the Prophet ﷺ said that, beware of the dua of the oppressed person. For there is no barrier between his dua, you know what I'm saying, and Allah. You see what I'm saying? Even if he's an unbeliever. Even if he's not a Muslim. So Allah hears prayers. And that's what these verses, manifested. Alhamdulillah. So that's something that they can do. That's something, and that's a way you can give dawah as well. And whatnot. You remind people of Allah, because again, that's something that people are not doing. Okay? But for yourself, the whole idea of knowing that Allah responds to the prayer. So when you make the dua, be positive and believe that Allah is going to respond to the prayer. You see? And that will help you to always be hopeful and optimistic about things getting better, and this thing will pass for sure. Okay? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah 40, verse 60, the English meaning is, and when my servants ask you about me, tell them that I am near, and that I respond to the caller when he calls upon me. I'm sorry, that's Surah 2, verse 186. Yeah, see, so Allah, so Allah teaches us, alhamdulillah, the importance of dua, and that we're supposed to believe that He will respond. So that's the third advice that I wanted to share with you today. To believe that Allah will respond to you do. And remember also, the Prophet ﷺ said in another authentic narration that the only thing that can change qadr, because we know this is the qadr of Allah is what? Supplication. So some of you may be confused. Well, how could that be if it's already decreed? You say, you ever thought that your dua is Allah's qadr? You see? Okay. Your dua is Allah's qadr. That's why. You see? So keep that in mind. Make your dua. Allah changed the qadr because you're doing the qadr. So don't despair. Believe that Allah will respond to your dua. And in another hadith, collected by Imam the Prophet ﷺ said, and your Lord is generous Your Lord is generous and is ashamed or shy to turn away empty the hands of his servant when he raises them to him. Imagine. You see, Allah is shy, subhanAllah. You know, he don't want to let you down. He don't want to let you down. You see, you hold your hands up, imploring him and calling upon him. So the Prophet ﷺ said that your Lord is generous and is ashamed and shy to turn away empty hands of his servants when he raises them up for dua. And another hadith collected by Imam Bukhari, again, you know, the thing is we have to believe that Allah is going to respond. See, you know, and of course many of the scholars and the shuyukh, they talk about the power of dua, and I'm just reading a book recently by Ibn Qayyim about the power of dua, and so forth and so on, and so it's important that we believe, we make dua, we have to believe that Allah is going to respond to the dua. See, that's the whole idea, you see, because that's what all of these ayats and these hadith that I'm mentioning to you, you know what I'm saying, is pointing out that Allah responds. You see, so therefore you got to keep that in mind, all right? And this is one of the ways to help us get through these difficult times. You see, so don't stop making dua. Continue to make dua. You see, and so so the other hadith we want to mention with regards to the whole idea of this point about dua, making dua, and believing that Allah is going to respond to your dua. Allah is going to hear you. He hear you. Okay, the well-known hadith where the Prophet ﷺ said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descends in the last third of the night, the last part of the night. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descends to the lowest heaven. You see? And he says, where are my servants? He said, where y'all at? Where are my servants? Calling on me that I may answer. See? That I may answer them. See? So Allah's telling us, the Prophet is telling us that Allah, this is what Allah is saying. Where are my servants? Where they at? What they doing? Sleeping? But where are my servants, calling on me? Okay? So that I may answer them. And where are my servants, who are asking me that I may grant them what they want? And where are my servants who are seeking my forgiveness that I may forgive them? See, so we're familiar with this. So all this really is, it's just a reminder, brothers and sisters, alhamdulillah, okay, that keeps us positive and optimistic and hopeful. You see, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will respond to our du'as. We just got to, make the effort and get up and do it. Number 4, taqwa. Taqwa. Wow. Having the consciousness of Allah. The fear of Allah. Taqwa. We know what taqwa is. We hear the imams talk about it all the time on a regular basis. Every Jummah, the imams are always talking about taqwa. Fearing Allah. Being mindful of Allah all the time. And that's how we should be. That's one of the main goals, of our religion is for us to nurture and develop taqwa. Why? Because if we had genuine taqwa, genuine fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we know that Allah will make a way. Allah will make a way. Because he said, here's the ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, in Surah 65, verse 2, وَمَنْ يَتَقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. And whoever has taqwa, Allah will make a way out for him or her. Allah's going to make a way, And in the same surah, verse 4, Allah says, وَمَنْ يَتَقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرَهُ يُسْرًا. And whoever has taqwa, see, Allah will make things easy for him or her. Allah will give you ease if you're conscious of Allah. You see? So it's really about remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see? How do we attain taqwa? We know. We've heard enough talks about imams and leaders online, so forth and so on. Everybody always, again, teaching and showing, and even myself and many of my own lectures and khutbah, I'm always reminding people the thing that you need to do to develop that. You see? And now's the time to do that even more so. You see? All right? And so if your taqwa is weak, your fear of Allah, your consciousness of Allah is weak, then you got to build it. You got to build on it. And you build on it by reading Quran. Reading Quran, studying the Quran. This is the time we should be reading Quran, studying the Quran. You see? We're in our homes more now. All right? So we should be reading more Allah's book, to get close to him. You see? This is how we attain the taqwa. More salah, prayer. We should be praying more, but we're home more. Remembering Allah, remembering Allah more. Fadhkuruni adhkurukum. Remember me and I remember you. Remember me and I remember you, that's what Allah says. Okay? You see? So this is how we develop, the taqwa. You see? By remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as much as we can, by reading Quran, by making the salah, by doing good deeds, keeping good company, remembering death. See? All of these things and more is what build the taqwa. All right? But the point is, we have to have that. Once we feel Allah and we're conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for sure that we recognize that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's already told us in the Quran that He will give us ease. If you have taqwa, then Allah will make a way out for you. And Allah will give you ease. Okay? So you don't have to be depressed. You don't have to be so sad and you don't have to become dysfunctional or mentally, full of stress and anxiety, like, wow, what's going to happen, and subhanAllah, just be positive and focus on those things, inshallah. Number 5, the Prophet ﷺ said, every disease that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, or every disease or sickness that He has sent down, there is a cure for it. Okay? All right, make no mistake about it. So that gives us hope. Wow. So the cure, there is a cure. There is a cure for this virus, if you will. It's a cure. Right? We ain't found it yet, man. But they will. When Allah wills, when Allah wants it to happen. They're working on it. You know what I'm saying? We should. Ours is not to get caught up in terms of time when it's going to be. Be patient. But we have the confidence in Allah. We have the confidence in what the Messenger of Allah has taught us. Again, there's a cure for this disease. So that will happen and it will pass again, okay? And the last point, that's 5. I had 6. Okay. And the last piece of advice, the last point I want to make that will help us, inshallah, have a positive mind, as we, navigate from day to day during this crisis, subhanAllah, is to be grateful. Is to be grateful. Just like we said, Fadhkurni adhkurukum washkuruli. And be grateful to me. And be grateful to me. To be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see? To be grateful to Allah. Think about that. All of the blessings and all of the things He've done for you. There was a very beautiful narration in Sahih Bukhari where the Prophet ﷺ said, think about this. If a person wakes up secure in his home, he has good health, and he has enough food for that day, he possessed the whole world. So we have a lot to be grateful for, especially first being Muslim, having guidance. We're Muslim, alhamdulillah. We believe in Allah. We connect with Allah. It's just a matter of us building on that, okay? So we got it going on for ourselves as Muslims. Of course, and we should share that with others, you see. So we should feel good about that. And then we look at all of the blessings that Allah has given us after that. You see, nice home. We're secure in our homes. How many people in our home don't have homes? If you look at if you probably go on Google and look at the statistics of people who are homeless all over the world, or in the United States, or just in America, subhanAllah, phenomenal. You say, wow, how many people don't have homes? Think about that, man. How many people in the world homeless? The refugees, the people in Africa, the people in Asia, in third world countries, subhanallah. The refugees running from, the Middle East and the different Muslim lands, people got no refugees, the people have no homes. And the homeless situation we have right here in our own communities, right here in Long Island, right here in New York, right here in America. People ain't got no home, man. People are hungry, people can't eat, but you're secure in your home. Think about that with your families and your children. You say you're pretty good health. Even if you have some health issues, but you got some medication that gives you some ease, and you're okay. You see, all right. But for the most part, you're in your home. You're secure. You're not under threat of harm. You're secure. Think about all those people in the world today, man. SubhanAllah. They don't have that. You see, and you have enough. So you have that. You have your homes. You have your health, man. You have your families, right? You have enough food for that day, man. It's a lot to be grateful for. SubhanAllah. Okay. And so, alhamdulillah, we, just with that, those are the 5 or 6 points I wanted to bring forward today. Just keep those in mind, okay? That would help. I want to keep it brief. So again, just to reiterate again, accept Allah's decree. That's number 1, okay? That this is the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 2, with ease there's difficulty. All right, so it's difficult for a lot of people, but the ease will come. Allah will bring him. He never fails in his promise. All right, and to believe that Allah will respond to your prayer. All right, because Allah hears prayer. He's the respondent to prayer. So keep your prayer going. All right, to have taqwa, to fear Allah, be conscious of Allah. Try to get close to him as much as you can. Alhamdulillah, for he will for surely make a way out for you and make things easy for you. Number 5 again, the cure is on its way. The cure is on its way. So you just keep on moving, okay? Remembering Allah and calling on Allah and being grateful. Always be grateful for your situation, where you at right now. Because there are many people that are in a much worse situation than you are, okay? And finally, just in closing, I just wanted to, another piece of advice, this is not of the 6, but this is an addition, is... protect, again, continue to make your du'as, continue to reach out, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as much as you can, man. Continue. Remember the du'as also that we mentioned before, okay? That you should be saying constantly, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. All right? Allah is our, He's sufficient for us, and He is our protector. Learn those du'as. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu min adh-dhalimin. There is no God but you, and I'm the wrongdoer. Because again, we have to look at all of that, constantly look at our sins. A'udhu bi kalimatillahi tammati min sharri ma khalaq. I seek refuge in the perfect words of Allah from the evil that He's created. Sickness, diseases, people, anything that will harm, you seek refuge in Allah. So these are du'as that I've given you before. You should say them, you should learn them. Alhamdulillah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. There's no power. There's no power. Or strength except in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah controls everything. These are some of the basic du'as, along with the other protecting ayats and surahs, surahs al-Ikhlas that we all know. These are very common to us. To recite them as a protection. Ikhlas, Falak, Nas, alhamdulillah. Ayatul Kursi, all right? Recite them. And other than them. There are many others, all right? But those are some of the basic ones that we're familiar with. We've got to say them more. All the time. When you're walking, when you're driving, you're in your homes, it doesn't matter. This is a way of calling on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with humility and humbleness, alhamdulillah. So I just want to remind you of that. Also, reach out to each other. Check on each other. We have our phones, we call, subhanAllah. Call each other up, man. Don't become so disconnected. We in isolation, right? We're in our homes. We don't know how long this is going to go on. We don't see each other. We don't communicate. No, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that, okay? We should reach out to each other, check on each other, call each other up, keep the relationships going. Last week I spent most of the week just calling the different imams around the country, just checking on everybody. Oh, alhamdulillah, checking on each other, man. We got to do that. Just calling each other, brothers, sisters calling each other. Communicate. How you doing? Do you need anything? Check on your elders, young people. You got to check on your elders, man. This is it's part of our responsibility. To check on each other and check and look out after our elders. We still a brotherhood. That's why again the importance of checking on each other to make sure everybody's okay. And make sure everybody's needs are being taken care of. We're still a community, man. All right? And we should stay connected with the Masjid. I advise all Muslims, wherever you are, to stay connected with your Masjid or your Imam, your leader, your spiritual leader. We all need to be connected with our leaders, our Imams and our scholars, personally. I don't mean you go online and you hear a lecture, you hear him, but you ain't talk with him and you ain't call him up. You know what I'm saying? Call him up, Imam, Ya Sheikh, whatever. Stay in touch with your leadership so they can give you, they can help, uplift your spirit also. You see what I'm saying? All right, you may need that advice. You may need that counseling. You may need to hear some soothing words that you can't find. Connect with your masjid. And I know a lot of the masjids are closed. Closed for we are closed for congregational prayer. We're closed for Jummah, but we ain't closed. If y'all know what I'm talking about. See, I'm here every day, and we have a new masjid number. Masjid Allahuakbar's number, all right? And I want to put it out there for you so you can call the masjid and myself and some of my staff people, amongst the brothers and some of the sisters. We will be available to talk with you, to assist you in whatever you need, all right? And the number is 631-335-2190. I'll say it again, 631-335-2190. One more time. 631-335-2190. 90. That is the new number for Masjid Allahuakbar. So you call that number. If you need to talk to somebody, you need some assistance. We're there for you, inshallah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us and give us strength and increase us in our taqwa, increase us in our iman, and bring us closer together. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us healing, give us ease, and help us to get through this very difficult situation. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.